Welcome to the Roadrunner 89 Investment Network, where we talk about interracial love and marriage. Hope you enjoy Swirl to Investment.
Bro, I like a little vanilla in my life, and I might one day be a white dude's wife. That's alright. Yeah, I got a type. Some people don't like it, but the swirl is the hype. When I see a cute guy, I always gotta think, is he down with the brown? If he is, we about to link.
All right, welcome to tonight's show. How's everybody doing tonight? Good to see everybody. All right. I got some videos to show you. I got some TikToks I want to show. And I'm going to talk about white men winning with black women. White men and black women, when we come together, we're winning. And we're winning big. And people don't want to talk about it. They want to act like it's not a thing. They want to act like our marriages aren't the most successful, longest lasting, but they are. Okay. And we've been lied to, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All through our life, I've been lied to. I've been told that I'm better off being with somebody that looks like me, with the same skin tone, the same racial group, because people can't get along that look different, I guess. But I've been told that lie my whole life. Okay. I've been attracted to black women my whole life, and I chose not to buy into that lie. And I chose to take my chances. And I've been blessed all the way. And then when I look at data, I'm telling you, black women and white men have the best marriages in America right now, hands down. We're killing it with marriage, you know. And we are the best. We're leading the way. And why people don't want to talk about this more? Well, I know why they don't want to, but it is the truth. Okay. And we're winning. And I won big with the black woman. I married a black woman, been married 29 years. Okay. Winning big. We're successful, me and my wife. Okay. And data shows black women, white men are the best option for each other. They've done many studies, and the data comes out, black women, white men win. Once again, we're winning. We're doing better than any other group statistically. Okay. I know people are individuals, and there's good and bad in every group, but when black women, white men get together, amazing things happen. Okay. And we've been told that we can't get along and we're so different. Let me tell you, black women and white men have so much in common, it's not even funny. It's like black women and white men are meant to be with each other. I'm serious. And I always wondered why I felt more comfortable around black women than the women in my group, right? Than white women. Why is that? Okay, I know exactly why. Because we got more in common. Okay, we want the same things. We want marriage. We want love, loyalty. We want to build a legacy. We're strategic. Okay, we look beyond the physical attraction that's happening now. We look beyond. Okay, we have that physical attraction too, but we go deep. We go deeper with our love. Okay, And that's why it's working. That's why we're winning. Okay. And data backs me up what I'm saying. People hate what I say, but you know what? Tell me I'm lying. You can't. The data bears it out. And then look at my life. Okay. The stuff I tell you is what I'm living. I talk about interracial marriages with black women, white men. I'm living it. Okay. 29 years. Right. So I know what I'm talking about. And I do research data. I do look at it. And I'm telling you. And I'm seeing other couples, black women, white men that have longevity in their marriage, that are going the distance, that are lasting. You know, I see it. So I'm not me and Sandy are not the only one. And it's not something, it's not an exception to the rule. It is the rule. Okay. And, you know, say what you want. And then what's going on with the marriage rates in the black community at what, 30 to 27%, 30% of black men that are married, 27% of black women that are married. You know, that data should tell you something. Black women, open up your options. Okay. I'm not going to tell you get with a white man, but go get you a white man. Okay. I'm going to say it. And if you look at the data, you're better off. Okay. I'm just saying. But I mean, be with who you want to be with. Okay. That's your choice. That's your decision. And everybody should respect that. Okay. All truth be told, but black women, white men, we're doing awesome together. We're leading the way. We are the least likely to come together, but we are the most successful. It's a blessing. Don't pass away your blessing, black women, white men. Okay? Get to know each other, give each other a chance. Get out of those stereotypes, those generalizations you've been told your whole life. Okay? Don't be like a lot of heartbroken black women, white men. And I talked to a lot of them that said, you know what? There was a black woman that loved me and we had a good relationship, but I felt I didn't want to put her through that because of society and because, you know, people ain't going to accept it. Well, hell with that. Give them the finger, live your life. Okay? I do not live my life by the white community, black community. I don't give a damn. They can all kiss my butt. Seriously. I'm a free-thinking individual, and I went for the best option, which is the black woman, hands down. And I've been blessed ever since. And that's what you need to do. That's the mindset you have to be, because it's about you. It's about your happiness. And there's no one that will love you more than a black woman. I'm not just saying that. I'm living that. So don't listen to these weirdos. They'll tell you, oh, stay away. He's going to fetishize you. Oh, really? Several years of marriage, that's a fetishization? Well, if that's what it's called, we all need to jump into that. You know, if a fetishization is love, marriage, and a family and legacy, well, let's all jump into that. We need to. Okay? We need, and black women, white men, listen to me. Get together. Swirl to investment. You know, put these people in check with their, you know, their stereotypes and their generalizations. And white men, go for the black woman. And if they start bringing up slavery, Jim Crow, and all that other stuff that you had nothing to do with, push it aside and move forward. Okay? Because it's about winning. It's about getting what you want in life. It's about being loved. It's about creating a family, a legacy. And if you look at the stats and you're a white man, I'm telling you, Keisha is a better choice than Becky. I don't care what people said. It's out there. The data's there. You know, it is what it is. But why? Why do we work so well? Why is our marriage strong? Is it because our counterparts take us for granted because they're used to us doing everything for them? Is it because Tyrone and Becky are used to being taken care of, put on that pedestal? Is it because when we find each other, we really appreciate each other and we embrace that and we thank God for what we have? I know I did. I do all the time. Let me tell you, we are the best option for each other. Black women, white men, we lead the way. We are the best option for each other. And I'll say it again, and I'm going to piss people up, and I don't care. White men love black women more than black men do. Tell me I'm wrong. Because our marriages last longer. There ain't too many black men that are married to black women that can stand up to the years I have. Okay? There are some been married years and they love each other, yes. But statistically, you can't compete with black women, white men. You can't. We're the winners. We're the ones, leading the way. And when we're the ones that have the courage to step out of our comfort zone and talk to each other and get to know each other and do what we want to do instead of what society tells us to do, then we're going to win big. And I'm telling you. And you know what? We need to promote interracial dating and marriage. We need to promote swirl to investment. And look, swirling is not a bad word, guys. All it is interracial dating. It's slang for interracial dating. I know people say, I don't like the word swirl. We're all people. Yes, we're all people. But that's the way people describe it. Or you could say black women, white men. But look, it's not a bad thing. It's all right to open up your options and date people that don't look like you, that don't have the same skin tone. In fact, you're going to find out, and I'm telling you, you get to know black women, white men, Asian men, Hispanic men, you're going to find out how beautiful they are. And when she touches your heart, you're never going back. You ain't going back. I'm telling you. And why would you want to? Seriously. And I'm not putting women down. I'm not putting white men down or white women down. Okay? I love them. I think they're beautiful and amazing, but I want the best. I want to be married to the best woman. That's the black woman. I prayed for the black woman. I prayed to have a black wife. I did. Okay? People say, well, that's weird. You're not supposed to do. No, look. That's where my heart is. That's where I seen the true beauty. And that's where I found true love. So you can dismiss me with that garbage. Okay? I'm going where my heart is, and I'm being honest. And when I talk to my God, I'm being honest because he knows my heart anyway. I can't lie to God. And I'm not going to lie to you. Why should I? I'm telling you the truth. And you know what? I'm blessed for it. People that said our marriage wouldn't work, they can't say nothing now. All they can say is, you're right, you're right, you're right. My grandmother said, we don't give you 6 months, but years down the road, you're right, you were right, I was wrong. Yeah, I knew I was right all along. And I'm not perfect, but I know true love when I see it. Yeah. Swirl to mega us. But seriously, guys, open up your options. White men, step up. Okay? And I know how you feel because I was there. And black women are so beautiful and amazing. And I always thought, and when I'd approach a black woman, and every time I'd be nervous, my heart would be racing. I would tremble. I would be so nervous because I have love, for black women. I always have. So I wanted to have a relationship. So when I was in the middle of it, you better believe I was nervous. I could hardly talk when I approached my wife. But when she said yes, I felt like I won the lottery of life. And I did. I tell you what, my wedding day was the greatest day of my life. hands down. And I tell you, and you know what? I love black women, and I cherish the relationships I've had with black women throughout my life, starting with my babysitter, starting in church, black women that were my friends, black women I dated in the past. I embrace those memories. I embrace, the love we had. I do. And I'm telling you, I would say for any man, the black woman's the best option. Okay? And you say, well, your wife's black and you're biased. Yeah, I am biased because I want the best. You know? But anyway, all right, I'm going to show you this video. Okay? And this is Loving versus Virginia. Another successful couple, power couple. Richard and Mildred Loving, they fought and took their case up to the Supreme Court. Okay? And they won 56 years ago today. Well, actually 12th. Okay? But 1967, June 12th, they won their case, which made interracial marriage legal in all 50 states. Okay? Before it wasn't legal in all 50 states. It was legal in some states it wasn't. But it made it legal all across the board. And if you're in an interracial marriage right now, you need to thank the Lovings for taking a stand and stepping up and fighting for their love. And you know what? They never got a divorce. They stayed married till they no longer walked the earth. Okay? That's what black women and white men have. We have true love. We have stability. And we're strategic. And we're winners. And we are the alphas in our communities. So when we come together, we're going to win. It is what it is. Okay? And it's not being arrogant. It's just we truly love each other. You know, I was at work the other day and a woman I work with, she's Hispanic, and she said, "Why do you like black women so much?" She's just curious. And I told her. And after that, she was in tears. She was like, "Oh my God, wow, you really love black women. You really love your wife." Yeah, 29 years of marriage, of course. Because I seen something in black women. I seen a beautiful spirit that black women have. And I see it with young black women and elderly black women. I'm telling you, they have that beautiful spirit about them. They have a big heart. And they're loving and nurturing. Okay? Other women have those qualities, but not like black women, seriously. And I see that. And that's really what attracted me to black women. Of course, they are the most beautiful, physically, but I'm telling you, when you connect with a black woman spiritually, with emotions and with your heart, then you'll finally know what real love is. It's a love that comes from up above. Okay? But anyway, let me show this. Okay? And I've shown this video before, but since it's on the anniversary, I think I'll show it. And then I'll have some other ones I want to show you guys. Okay?
It's a right that no man should have anything to do with. It's a God-given right, I think.
Mildred Loving married the boy next door, Richard Loving. Richard Loving is a construction worker, Mildred Loving the daughter of a sharecropper. They were born and raised in Caroline County, Virginia, where white and colored people seem unaware of the racial prejudice that exists in much of the country. The Lovings didn't know that it was a crime for a white person to marry a Negro in Virginia. They found out the hard way.
But I didn't realize how bad it was until we got married.
Full of love themselves, they didn't expect to find hate in others. Their home swarms with children, their own 3, as well as neighborhood friends who enjoy the warmth here. Mrs. Loving recalls how the ordeal began one night in 1958.
The night we were arrested, I guess it was about 2 a.m. And I saw this light, and I woke up and it was the policeman standing beside the bed. And
Okay, let me stop right there. Now just think about this, okay? They're trying to understand why people have a problem with them loving each other and just being together. You know, you can tell they love each other. She's really sweet. Their children look happy. They're playing. Why would people mess with them? They're not bothering nobody, but because they look different, they weren't allowed to do it. And just think, and guys, think about this, and ladies, just think, you're with your husband or wife, right, laying in bed, and the sheriff kicks in your door and takes you to jail for the crime of just being together. I mean, seriously, they did that because it was against the law. And you think, how could that be? You know, and the times have changed, right? It's legal to interracially date and marry now, but we're still in a segregated mindset. Don't kid yourself. That's why people still fight us and say things about us when we get together, black women and white men. We're still attacked. We still have modern day segregationists, and a lot of them are black men in today's world. But anyway, white men too. But seriously, I just, boy, it's like things have changed, but still some things change, but never, some things stay the same. I mean, why would anybody care who you're with, who you're married to? But anyway, but let's continue.
told us to get up, that we was under arrest.
You go ahead and play.
And anyway, they carried us to Bowling Green and locked us up. And in January, they had the trial. And they told us to leave the state for 25 years. But the way I understood it,
Wow. They had a trial for being married. And they told them to leave the state for 25 years? Wow. I wonder what they do to them if they committed a real crime. Wow. I can't even. That's pretty sad, though. What they had to go through. And look, they went through hardship. Mr. Loving was, attacked on the job and wasn't given jobs, and they treated him bad. People wouldn't give him a chance because they didn't like the fact they were married. But they still made it through. They still adapted and overcame. They still made it through. And you look at this couple, these are everyday people that just love each other. Really classy people. Just good down to earth people. Grew up in the same community, same neighborhood, and fell in love. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Anyway, let's continue.
the lawyer said that we could come back to visit, when we wanted to. So that Easter we came back and they got us again.
We had been down a few times before that, but at Easter we came down, they found out we was down. They arrested us again.
The Lovings spent 5 years in a Negro ghetto in Washington, D.C., where they suffered the indignities of unemployment, loneliness, and uncertainty. When one of the children, unused to city streets, was hit by a car, Mrs. Loving decided to act. She wrote a letter to the then Attorney General of the United States, Robert Kennedy, who in turn passed the letter on to a Virginia lawyer, Bernard Cohen, a member of the Civil Liberties Union.
We have 3 children and cannot afford an attorney. We wrote to the Attorney General. He suggested that we get in touch with you for advice. Please help us if you can. Hope to hear from you real soon. Yours truly, Mr. and Mrs. Richard Loving. And it was that simple letter that got us into this not-so-simple case.
Bernard Cohen could and did help the Lovings. He teamed up with another attorney, Phil Hirschkopf, and at no fee they reopened the Loving case in the Virginia courts, appealing each losing decision until at last the United States Supreme Court heard these...
Okay, let me stop there. Now look what they said, right? They were doing appeals and going through the legal process, and they were losing it in the courts every time. They didn't win till it went to the Supreme Court. I mean, and you would think something like this would be a slam dunk case where they should just boom win, but they were losing, but they win in the end. But let's continue.
Arguing protection, we advance the argument that these statutes are slavery statutes. They're meant to keep the Negro people in the badges and bonds of slavery.
The outrageous civil effects of these statutes are not always apparent right away. For example, if Richard Loving were to die, then Mildred Loving would not be able to collect Social Security benefits as his widow.
What is fundamentally important, though, is we ask the court to decide that a state may not pass a law which proscribes marriage between two consenting, competent adults based on race alone.
The attorneys for the state of Virginia refused to talk with ABC. Bernard Cohen described their arguments.
They seem to say that there was a present-day justification for these laws. That is, that they're interested in the welfare of the children of such marriages.
Today, the United States Supreme Court handed down a decision. The Lovings' ordeal is at last over. Richard and Mildred Loving have won the right to be man and wife, father and mother in the state of Virginia. Anti-miscegenation laws have been declared illegal not only in Virginia, but in all 16 states that have held such statutes. This is Hope Ryden, ABC News, reporting.
Okay. Very awesome, right? They won in the end, okay? And they were able to be legally married and not messed with by the police or, I'm sure there were still some racial attacks and they probably, but they stood up for each other. They won, okay? They won big. And like I said, they didn't get in a divorce. There wasn't no marital issues. They loved each other and they stuck with each other till they no longer walked the earth. And later on, sadly, he passed on because of a vehicle accident that happened. But Mrs. Loving never married again, and she loved her husband till she took her last breath. And this is a power couple, okay? This is the power couple that kicked the door open for us. Just think about that. And they passed the torch. And when I look at this, in my age, me and Sandy, we got grandkids now, and we're going past the torch too, okay? And we need to promote this love. June 12th is Loving Day. The right to be with who you want to be with, to be with somebody that loves you, that you love. And, but anyway, but this is an example of the power couple. And look, interracial marriages between black women and white men have increased 400 to 500% since the Loving case. I think it's 400 and some percentage. So let that sink in, okay? And people say, well, less than 1% of white men are married to black women. Well, yeah, less than 1% of people are serving in our armed forces right now. So let that sink in. That's millions of people. So, but it's growing every day. Now, if you do the percentage of black women married to white men, the number goes up because there's less black women than white men. So don't get caught up in those little numbers. There's a play on numbers. There's millions more white people. So even if every black woman married a white man, I think we would be somewhere at 28, maybe 30%. That's if every black woman married a white man. Let that sink in. So our numbers would still be low if it was 100%. So don't get caught up in that. They tell you that because they want to discourage you, black women and white men. They want to discourage you from getting together. They want to make you think something's wrong with you and you're a race traitor because you open up your options. Don't let them do that to you, okay? It's not about race anymore. It's about survivability. It's about getting the best option. It's about being strategic. It's about having a good, loving family and moving forward, okay? We would be 35%, okay, somewhere in that ballpark. But what I'm saying is, even if every black woman marries a white man, the numbers are going to look low. So I just wanted to make that, you know. But guys, ladies, gentlemen, open up your eyes, get to know each other. You'll find you have more in common than you ever thought. I mean, I feel more connected to black women than white women, and I'm serious. I just do. I feel black women seem more easygoing, more understanding. And are there some that hate me? Oh, of course. But the ones, it just seems like it's easier to connect with black women. It just seems like it feels right. Okay, we got more in common than people really realize. Okay, we're not so different. In fact, our cultures, I was talking to a young lady the other day about black and white culture, and actually we do the same damn thing, really. Me and my wife, we're from New Mexico, right? We eat the same food, we do the same stuff. There's really no difference except how we look. And I was thinking about that. I was thinking, like, down south they say, black people eat a certain food, but white people are eating the same thing. They're living in the same culture. You call white people rednecks down there, but black people that are country do the same dang things. They're just the same. It just really, we live in the same nation. We're doing the same things. We're really not that different. We're not. So why are we afraid to get to know each other? Why be afraid to, give each other a chance? I always said that. Black women, white men, give each other a chance. Put those stereotypes and all that crap you've been told aside for a minute and get to know that person. Find out what they like, how they believe. You might end up meeting your wife or husband. I'm telling you, we're not so different. Just because we look different, we're really not that different. Me and my wife, we look, I tell you, and maybe it's because we've been married so long, but it's like we share the same brain and same heart. We love a lot of the same things and we think a lot alike. We'll say things at the same time and we can finish each other's sentences without even thinking about it. We know when each other is upset, when each other is happy. It's like we're two individuals and we move as one, and it's a beautiful thing. But seriously. And look, I'm going to be on here on YouTube promoting interracial marriage between black women and white men. I'm going to keep doing it until I'm not allowed to no more. I can't. Okay? And it don't matter what my subscriber count is. It don't matter how many views I got. I'm doing something I believe in. I'm doing something I have passion for. And I've been blessed, and I want to share that blessing with everybody. I want to let people know how beautiful and amazing black women are. And how they're not like the people you see on TV. Don't look at Tiffany Haddish doing a comedy show and think black women are like that. They're not. Black women are the most amazing, most professional women out there, the most traditional. They don't show that too much, right? They don't show a Claire Huxtable too often, do they? Why not? That's where black women are at. Seriously. Why do we see black women acting crazy on TV? Why is the media and Hollywood trying to destroy black women's image? Why are black men going in on black women, attacking them? Why? I've told black men so many times, I said, you got a blessing, you don't even know what you got. Your community could dominate and be on top if you would just love black women and do what you're supposed to as a man, but you don't, and that's why you're losing. And I'm telling you. But you know what? We're watching. White men are watching. Hispanic men are watching. Asian men, we're starting to see Black women in their true light. We're starting to see her true heart. And you know what? We're going to compete. And you better come with your A game. You better come with resources. You better come with a lot of love. And you better be ready to compete. And I'm telling you, I want the best option. And damn it, it's the Black woman. I want to go first class. I want a black, white, and I got one, and nothing is going to stop me. Nothing stopped me. People thought I was crazy. Why do you got to be with a Black woman? Why do you got to date her? Why? Well, because she's the best option. Because she showed me true love. Well, most of them, and I remember when I was dating, when I was a teenager, I remember some of my friends, why do you want to date them? You know, most of them ain't going to like you. You know, I don't give a damn. All I need is one. Just one. I'm not out for a body count. I'm out for a blessing count. I used to have fantasies about having a black wife. I did. I'm telling you. When I was a teenager. You know what? I'm living that fantasy, and it's pretty damn good. And it's awesome. And I want to tell the world about it. But anyway. And I'm tired of these stereotypes, these generalizations. I'm tired of going back to the 1800s. Slavery, what? You shouldn't be with her. Slavery, Jim Crow. Like, damn, dude. I mean, seriously. You and me weren't even in those times. Why don't you compete with me in today's world for the black woman that you already in your community that's falling on the sword for you left and right, protesting for you, telling the world that she ain't going to be with no one but you, even though you're not providing, even though your marriage rates suck, even though you blame black women for everything and white supremacy, of course. If you would just do what you need to do. You know, God will judge men how they treat their women. Let me tell you. And I would say to black women, come on over. We love you. Look, do you want to be with a man that loves you, that sacrifices for you? And I'm telling you, white men that go for black women, let me tell you. And you think it's weird. Oh, they want black women exclusively. That's weird. No, it's not. It means they find you to be the best option. They have love for you and they want to be with you. And they've already told their family, society, and everybody where to go for you. You want to know what it's like to be on that pedestal that Becky's been on for thousands of years? Anyway, but let me show this. And this couple here is a lovely couple. This is another power couple. Got married back in 1977. Still married.
Couldn't do it, but looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. We might have taken the long way. We knew we'd get there someday. They said, I bet they'll never make it. They said.
All right, how do you compete with that? 77. Wow. They got married when they're very young. Now they're up in age. Still going strong. Still winning. They're winning. Oh, thank you so much. Williams loves to learn for the super chat or the super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. But look, they're winning. Okay. And they say it won't work between black women and white men. They say it's not going to work. I've been told my whole life. I had family members tell me. I had my grandmother, no, it ain't going to last 6 months. Oh yeah? Well, it's kind of funny because all of her grandchildren, including me, got married almost around the same time. Everybody got in divorce. Everybody's marriage failed except mine. The one that was supposed to fail is the one that succeeded. The one that wasn't supposed to last is still lasting, will last for eternity. I see friends back in high school and stuff, and that were around when I got married to my wife. They say, "Wow, you're still married? Wow, how'd you do that?" Well, I chose the right woman. I chose the black woman, and I'm winning. I had one friend that discouraged me back in the day. Says, "Wow, I should have married a black woman." Yeah, you should have. Well, first you should have prayed about it and then done that. Yes, I agree. Definitely agree. Wouldn't be denied. Yeah, I wasn't going to be denied of my blessings. Heck no. And you know what? And I tell you, that's how much love and passion I have for black women. Look, nobody could break my heart except black women. That's how I was, and that's how I am. Seriously. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's who showed me love. That's who I connected with. And people along my life have tried to tell me I'm wrong for it. Why am I wrong for it? I'm loyal to my wife, right? She's my preference. Still married. She's provided for, protected. I mean, look, I want the best. I don't want somebody that looks like me. I want somebody that's right for me. I don't want to follow societal norms. I want to follow my own path. And I'm telling you, and I tell white men all the time, you want to date black women, you go talk to them. Make your approach. And when she kicks you to the curb, pick yourself up and move forward. But don't give up, because it's worth the pain and rejection is worth the blessing. I'm telling you. Okay, Becky's going to kick you to the curb too. So what the heck? You might as well go for the best option, right? At least you can make yourself feel better and say, "Well, it's because I'm a white guy. She don't like me." I used to tell myself that all the time because it felt good to say that. Gave myself a little excuse. When in reality, she probably just wasn't interested. Truth be told, but whatever works for you. But go for it. Be a person that makes things happen. Don't be one that waits for things to happen. Don't believe all that propaganda. And black women, that there are a lot of white men and different races of men that love you, that would love to date you, would love to have a relationship with you. Don't believe Tyrone because he's trying to shame you or whatever. Okay? Don't believe that. Okay. But they made it work. I'm going to show you a video I shown before. Okay? And this is where I think things are moving. Okay? Black women, white men are starting to open up their options. And when I look at the data, white men are dating and marrying out more than white women are. Okay? It's true. A big portion of that is Asian women, Hispanic, and black women. White men are looking for something new. Ladies, we really are. As a collective, we're looking for something different. You know, and sometimes different is attractive, right? But a lot of white men are looking for something different. And I think sometimes it's being taken for granted, you know, being expected to do all this stuff. And we should, but it just seems like black women and other races of women show us more love for some reason. Okay. Um, but there's a shift coming. And if black women moved like Asian women and just did it, it would happen a lot more, you know, because Asian women don't care what their family thinks. Asian men, they just do it. And, you know, but I think it'll come to that point with black women too. And things are shifting. It's trending in the right way, you know, and we're seeing elderly couples getting married interracially, you know, that are widowers. That's opening up. That's encouraged. Younger people are doing it in bigger numbers. Okay? Things are happening. Beautiful things are happening. I'm going to show this video I showed a while back. You've seen it. I think it was like a year ago or even longer. But it's a young black lady that talks about how she says from this day she's dating outside her race. And she took a lot of heat and a lot of people went in on her. And, you know, I'm going to show it and then I'm going to talk about it and give you my opinion. Because I think this video is important. Because there's a point I need to make on this. But anyway, let me put this up here.
Today?
Okay, you remember her, right? Very beautiful woman, right? She's beautiful, no doubt. Who wouldn't date her? I don't think there's anybody on the panel, if they were single, wouldn't date her, seriously. Unless they're much older, I get that. But if they're the same age. But anyway, listen to what she says.
Y'all gonna cancel me, but today marks the day that I will be dating outside of my race. And I know what you're about to say. Aren't you pro-black? I am. But as a dark-skinned black woman, the most hate I get is from my own men. And me restricting myself to only dating black men is giving me little to no options. Because there's only like a small group of black men who actually like women like me. And trust me, I've been trying to educate black men about colorism, futurism, texturism my whole damn life. I do it on my platform every day. But a lot of them choose to stay dense and ignorant. And I'm sorry, but you're not about to ask me to wait for these men to stop being colorists. I cannot wait any longer for these men to stop the self-hatred. I want to go where I'm wanted. I'm tired of sitting in places where I'm not wanted and try to convince the people that I should be desired. I'm sorry, but I'm done with that. So from this day forward, Shakira will be looking outside of her race when it comes to dating. Not saying I'm not going to date black men. I definitely will. But to expand my options, yes, I will be dating outside of my race.
Okay, what do you think about that? Okay. Now, seriously, look at her. And there is no reason why she should have to make this video and talk about how she's not being desired. Are black men just dumb? Are they really stupid? I mean, seriously, you're going to turn her down because of her complexion. Serious? Well, go ahead. You know what? You're going to cause a lot of beautiful black women to come to white men and other groups of men. And you know what? We'll take them. I mean, seriously. Who would turn her down? I don't get it. But I've seen this in real life. I've seen black men turn down a woman like her that's even darker complected, turn a very beautiful black woman down that's successful, got it all, for a plain Jane light-skinned woman. I've seen it. And it blows my mind. It makes no damn sense. This colorism thing makes no damn sense. I mean, but I've seen it. I've seen black men make fun of me because my wife is dark complected. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you say that? And she says she's pro-black. Well, will she remain pro-black? You keep messing with these women, Tyrone. You keep playing that colorism thing. You keep mistreating them. You keep blaming them. You keep dumping on black women. They're going to leave you. Sooner or later, they're going to want a man that loves them, provides for them, and don't give her crap about her skin tone. Something she can't control. But that she's very beautiful. I don't get it. And you know what? They say, well, I've heard people say, well, white men love dark-skinned black women. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth on that. Really, when we see a black woman, most of us, we just see a black woman. We're not even thinking about her tone. So I want to just kill that stereotype that we just like dark-skinned black women. No, we just love black women. Okay? I never even thought about the colorism thing. I never even thought about my wife's skin tone or any black woman I dated. I never thought about that. And it was weird when it was brought to my attention. I understand racist white people say dumb shit like that, but black people about their own group? Heck. And black men wouldn't date her? I'm just saying, if they're like that, they're just stupid. I'm just saying. I can't even, I don't even understand that. And that's what's causing black women to open up their options. That's what's causing the divestment movement. Black women are getting tired of being treated the way they are. They have the most love. They're the most spiritual women on earth. They have the biggest heart. Black women have been caping for black men forever. And what do they get for it? Oh, you're too dark. Oh, you're not. What do you bring to the table? Oh, I'm not going to show her love. I don't want to be a simp. Oh, my God. And that's the craziest thing, too. I've seen black men shame other black men because they're showing a woman love. Like, what the hell is that? That's not a strength. That's a weakness. You're being a little girl when you act that way. Seriously. You're supposed to provide for women. You're supposed to put them first. You're supposed to uplift them. You're supposed to provide and protect. And she is the prize. You are not the prize. Any man that says he's the prize is an idiot. He just wants to be a little princess. That's all it is. Women are the beautiful ones. They are the treasure. Look, it's biblical too. It tells you. The virtuous woman's worth more than rubies, precious stones. No, nothing on earth can compare to her value. Read some scripture and you'll see. God will tell you, you are not the prize, guy. So quit being a little woman. Pull up your pants, okay? Go to work, provide for her, show her love, show her respect, protect her physically, mentally, and emotionally, and protect the black woman's image. That's part of protection. Let me tell you, black women are doing more than any other group of women in our society. They are. They are the most educated. They got the most degrees. Okay? They do. That is a fact. Black women are the most spiritual women in America. They are. Most women of faith. Yes. Black women are killing it in the professional world, in the corporate world. They've been leading the way in entrepreneurship. Black women are doing amazing things. And they're leading. They're not just a few of them doing a couple good things. They're leading. Unfortunately, the men in their community are not marrying them. They're not taking care of them. And You know, I know they show that stat, and a lot of these betas say, well, that study shows that black men are the most involved fathers. Well, congratulations. Okay? But only 30% of you are married. And 24% of you are married to black women. Not 85%. It's 85% of 30%. Okay? You can't get 85% out of 30% that are married. It just don't work. The numbers don't add up. Okay? And the problem is not black women. The problem is you, the men. Anytime our community goes south, anytime society is messed up, it's the men's fault. You cannot be the leader and blame the women. That don't make sense. If you're blaming her, she's the leader. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this. And look, ladies, go where you're loved. Go where you're appreciated. Is the grass greener over the hill? Damn straight. Because where you're standing, the grass is pretty much dead. I'm going to say it. And I know I'm going to make some enemies. I don't care. I don't care what these beta kings think. Okay? I know I have more love and respect for black women than they do. And my life proves it. It validates what I'm saying. And if they don't pull their head out of their butt and start respecting black women and start showing them love, they're going to divest. They're going to leave. And you're going to see Brad roll up in your neighborhood and take the best of the best that you have. He's going to take the educated black woman. He finds that attractive. I don't know what the hang up is. I think that's a beautiful thing. An educated black woman, that's attractive. That's beautiful. That's awesome. And if I'm not at her level, I want to be with her, I better get to her level, right? But I'm telling you, black women are amazing in all levels. And I've said that. I said, you know what? You could take a black woman from any neighborhood and you show her love and respect, she will prosper. She will do amazing things. She could be from Beverly Hills or the hood, and she'll do amazing things. As long as she don't bring these trick back Tyrones with her that want to chop it up and spit up the game and not be a simp. You bring those clowns, it's not going to be good. You know, and I'm not tearing in the black men. But what I'm saying is, which ones is black women bringing? They're not bringing a Thomas Sowell or a Ben Carson. They're bringing Tyrone from the block. But my thing is, black women, you have more value than you know. And do not settle. Do not settle. Do not date down. Do not marry down, women. Don't do it. No woman should date or marry down. Those date and marrying down things don't work. And I know Ken Skipper always said when he was live, he said, you know what? Black women, you need to lower your options. You need to date and marry down. Yeah, because you outnumber black men by over 2 million. Yeah, he's right in that aspect. If you're only going to stay with one group of men, your options are limited. And you're probably going to be, you know, the breadwinner. You're probably going to be the one that does most of the work. I'm just saying. But yes, the grass is greener over the hill. Now, does that mean you're going to find the right guy and fall in love? Well, that depends. You need to be careful. You need to vet. There are evil men in all groups. But if you look at the stats, it's pretty amazing what black women and white men are doing. Okay? We're not supposed to be the most successful. We're not supposed to love each other. But we do. And we need to open up our eyes and see the truth instead of the propaganda that's being put in front of us. Because I'm telling you, the powers to be that are at the top, black, white, and whatever, they want us separated. They do. But anyway, but and I'll tell you, I thank God that I had the courage to approach a black woman. I thank God that I was able to, when I was rejected, that I was able to pick myself up and move forward. Because then I found beautiful women out there that loved me, that wanted to have a relationship. Okay? They're out there. And I tell white men this all the time. I said there are black women that only date white men. That's what they want. By listening to TV and social media, you wouldn't think so. You would think they hate our guts, right? And I tell black women, there are men out there that love you, want to be with you. You are a preference. And look, I didn't grow up in the black community. A lot of stuff about the black community I don't know, or didn't know, I still don't know. But I know one thing. I know black women are beautiful. They have a beautiful spirit. They have a big heart, and I love them. I know that. That's what I do, and that's all I need to know. And like I said, I got a great marriage. I got a great wife. I'm blessed. I don't deserve the wife I got. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. Okay. But I thank God for her every day. And you know what? I'm not alone. I'm not the only white man that's blessed to be married to a black woman for several years. It's not unusual. We're actually winning. And with marriage rates as horrible as they are, black women, white men, we're leading the way. We're having more success than any other group. But what you got to do, if you're going to get in an interracial relationship and go to interracial marriage, if you're going to swirl to that investment, okay, you got to be all in. You got to love each other with all your heart. You can't be pro-black or pro-white and get together. That don't work. That to me is dumb anyway. What are you going to be, pro-skin color? I mean, we're people. Okay? And what makes us the best option is our character. Black women are the best option because of their character, because of their love, because of their spirituality. That's what makes them the best. And black men are throwing away that blessing for what? To be a pimp and player? Black women don't want to be pimped and played. They want to be loved and respected. They want to be wives and mothers. Okay? Just saying. And I say, ladies, get to know white men and other groups of non-black men. All right? Be safe about it. Don't just... But what I'm saying is, you know what? Statistically, you'll have a better chance. And I could tell most people on YouTube, black men, I can tell them that my neighborhood's safer for black women than their black neighborhoods. Most of them. I believe that. But anyway, I'm going to drop the link. If you want to come up, you can. I just wanted to have a show tonight. I got a roasting I want to do on somebody, but I still got to do more research. And who I'm roasting, I'm not going to tell you ahead of time. But if I do roasting, they deserve it. I don't just go in on some dude because he's a black dude. I don't do that. If he's not messing with me, I leave him alone. Okay? But if he's attacking me or black women, I go in. Okay? And that's right. I mean, but I'm working on a Friday night roasting. I got a couple candidates I want to go in. And what I do in the roasting is not just roast them, but make a point about what they're saying, you know, and how it's wrong or whatever they're doing. Okay. But anyway. Hey there, pro white male leadership. How's it going?
What's going on, Brent? Love the live tonight.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you know what? Black women, white men are winning, and we need more of us to win. I think we need more interracial marriages with black women, white men. I think that would make our lives better. I think that would make our communities better, our nation better. I believe that. When we have two groups that are leading the way, the most successful, we should never try to stop them. I mean,
absolutely not. I definitely feel the same way as well. So don't worry about it. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, the shift is coming. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's already happening, you know. But and I'm seeing it all over. And look, it encourages me. I feel happy when I see it. And and the last live I had, young lady was saying that she likes seeing it too. It's showing that we have a better chance with each other. And I could never explain it why I felt comfortable with black women in my life, and now I know why. We got so much in common. We think a lot alike. A lot of us have the same goals. When me and my wife Sandy, when we were dating, we wanted the same things in life. And we found out we're so much alike, it was like it just worked. It fit right in. It was almost like she was my wife before we got married. It was like she already was my wife. We just connected, right away. And we knew what we needed to do. It wasn't like we were confused and waiting for someone to give us a hand. No, we just did it. And I think that's what sets us apart. Black women, white men. I think that's what makes us more successful. We're used to putting in the work. We're used to people depending on us to make things happen. And when we get together, you got two leaders and they already know what to do. I mean, we hit the ground running where, our counterparts, they bump into each other and look at each other like, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to do? What do we do? I mean, that's my observation.
Well, when you take the strong of the strong and you take the weak of the weak, the dynamics of that, that's basically what it is. But I'll be going live tomorrow, late nights sometimes, and I'm gonna go deeper into that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw your thing and I'm excited. Yeah, I can't wait for your show. I know it's going to be good. Yes. But yeah, but the thing of it is we need to promote this more. I don't know. I just feel like I want to just say so many things and sometimes it's frustrating because people don't see what they have. It's like, and it's like I see black women and white men that stand off and don't, just stand back. And I'm like, engage each other, get to know each other, give each other a chance because I don't think we're giving each other a chance like we should, And I get it. Black women, there's been a lot of conditioning. They've been told how a lot of stuff that white men are evil and they're fetishizers and racist and creepy people and just want to hurt you. And I mean, I get it. So, I mean, if And I'm not mad at black women if they think that way, because I understand they've been told that. And when you're told that your whole life, a lot of times you believe it. It just, why they say you tell somebody something over and over, before you know it, they believe it. But we need to get out of that conditioning. Us as white men, we're coming out of that conditioning. Look, we're opening up our options. And look, and we see other women, and we're moving forward. And I think Becky sees what's coming too. And some white women will admit, they'll even admit black women are a better option. I had a white woman at work tell me, yeah, black women are better than us. And I'm like, wow, you said that? Um, and she's one that's honest. I mean, uh, but black women have had to make things happen. And like I said, and like you said, you bring the leaders together, we're going to win. We're created to win. We are. And when we come together, there's nothing that can hold us back. If we come together with love for each other, there's nothing that can stop us. I'm telling you, black women, white men, there's nothing could stop you except yourselves. But, you know, but I mean, the data bears it out. And you know what? I always say the truth surfaces, and people, they still don't want to believe it. Oh, that's white men's data. No, other races have done it too, and they're finding out the same things. Um, it's not, and that makes no sense. Why would, if I've heard that argument, well, it's racist white men's data. Okay, if white men were racist, wouldn't they want the union between black women and white men to look bad? They would have a total different outcome than what.
It's just a part of the game with them. That's everything is a game to black people. It just, particularly black men, it just is what it is. Everything is a game to them. It's just, even they're claiming that the Monahan report is not real. So I mean, which is definitely not true. So because he was able to predict what is going on now back in the 60s. So that's just, like I said, black men have always been able to use the black community, black people. I don't want to say community because it's not a community. They have always been able to manipulate racism. And I've realized that as I've gotten older, not saying there's no racism, but they found a way on how they can use racism and discrimination as a tool to keep this going. And that's just really what it is.
Yeah, and and they've been able to manipulate, because the way you hear some of these people talk about racism, you would think that there's white people burning crosses on every yard and just creating havoc all over the place. It just, but that's not happening. White people aren't messing with black people right now. At least where I live, they're not. I mean, I don't see the racism that they're talking about. Now, if we go back to memory lane, the 1850s, yeah, okay, yeah, that was pretty racist. It's pretty evil. I get it. But in 2023, what?
I mean, not saying that there wasn't, but I mean, was it, or was it the same situation we're dealing with now? Who knows at this point? Honestly, I don't even know anymore. I really don't. I honestly, I don't, a part of me, I don't believe it anymore. I don't. Because I see what I see now. I've seen what I've seen since I've been born. And personally, I don't believe it. I don't, because if that was the case, nothing has ever been done. These men haven't never done anything. So I mean, so that's just what I would say.
Yeah, and but I mean, truth be told, it's like, who are the real racists? What I'm looking at around, it seems like a lot of these beta kings are racist towards black women. It's, I mean, the colorism thing, shaming black women, um, opposed to interracial marriage and dating, calling her a bedwench and a sellout, and like, what? That's the stuff that white supremacy was saying to white people. You're a sellout. You're a sellout. Well, that's what black men are saying. Um, I think the Klan just passed the torch to a lot of these black men. You're actually the modern day white supremacist. Congratulations, Beta King. Um, Serious. I mean, some of the stuff they're saying. Why would you attack black women when you're a black man and black women are sticking up for you more than any other group? I don't understand that.
I don't understand it either. Like I said, I've never been pro-black. I was just always in the cut. And what I would say is that, like I said, I mean, you know how I think, but I mean,
Yeah.
this is who they are. This is their character, and this is what it's always been. And it's never who they were when they were selling us off is who they are now. They've never changed. They haven't evolved the way white men have evolved. That's just my take on it.
Yeah. And it's like, us as white people are like, we work on not being racist. We like, oh, that's awful. That's, we're all brothers in here. We need to get along, and we've moved into that realm to where, and in fact, we walk around with white guilt so much that we put ourselves down to uplift other groups of men. Like, black men will say, okay, you're better than me. I'm a racist. I'm sorry, God. Slavery. Oh my God, what did I do? When you didn't do nothing. Like, how can you be guilty for something you didn't do? Well,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
This is what it is. It's never been about black people. It's always been about black men being accepted, because black men have always tried to separate themselves from the black race, from black women and children. It's never been about what people think it's about. It's always been about them being accepted and black women and children not being accepted. That's what it's always been about. And it's been about that's what it's all been about. It's never been about that.
Yeah. And you know what? Truth be told, the civil rights era, I mean, we needed to move into that so we treat everybody equal. I'm all for that. Yeah, we need to do that. But a lot of the civil rights movement was geared towards black men getting closer to white women. They wanted to be with Becky. And that's fine. You can be with Becky. I have no problems with that at all. In fact, I encourage it. Look, if you want to go bowling for Becky's, Tyrone, do it. You got my blessing. I mean, I encourage it. I got your back on this one. Get you a Becky. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. But what seems crazy is a lot of these dudes will get mad at black women for opening up their options and divesting. But who's the biggest divester? Black men. How many times have black men told black women, oh, well, Mei Ling and Becky's better than you, and she's my preference, and I'm out of here. But yet
I
the
mean,
black
at the end of the day, we're just labor to them. That's what we've always been to them. It's never been about that. It's always been about they need a shield, and it's just that black women and black children have always been a shield for black men. That's just, they always have hide underneath black women and children. That's what they've been doing the whole entire time. So
yeah.
that's what they've been doing.
Well, and you know what? I think white men need to step in. I think, look, I've prayed about this, that white men would step up more and approach black women, marry black women, you know, protect black women, and you know what? And I've always had a prayer that other men would step in, white men and other non-black men, and marry black women that are single mothers. Um, because I think for society, when children have both parents, they have a better chance, regardless, And there are a lot of amazing black women that just happen to be single mothers, and they would be a good wife to their husband. They would be loving, but they have a child, and we hold judgment. And what's really shameful and disgusting is you see these beta kings going in on black women because they're single mothers, but yet they're players and they're messing around with different women. And it's like, that's another reason why the black community is hurting. When you got single mothers trying to do everything and the man's not there, you're not going to have success. And I think non-black men need to step up, get to know these women, and yes, marrying them and adopt their children. One guy said, I remember on one of my lives, he said in the comments, it's shameful to see a young black boy call a white man dad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not shameful at all. What that is the white man stepped in where the black man failed. He married the black woman and he accepted her child as his own. And now the kid has stability. He has a chance. That is a beautiful thing. If a man's being a father, regardless of his race, that we need to hold that up. We need to,
I'm so glad you said that, Brent, because I'm gonna go into that further tomorrow night when I do my live. When you said white men need to marry the single mothers and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm not encouraging black women to be single mothers, obviously, but
Yeah.
I'm going to, I have, once I do my live tomorrow, I think that you can go into more of that. But
Okay.
what people need to understand is that black men do not want black children to have fathers, because if they wanted them to have fathers, they would be there. So I
Yeah.
mean, that's just really what it is. So um once you really understand who these men are and what they've been doing for thousands of years, um then I think that you see what's going on now. We don't want to really say it here, but you
Mhm.
see what's going on. So, and we'll
Yeah.
just keep it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the comments, get married first. Yes, that's the right thing to do. Um, but I'm not out for shame. What I'm saying is there are so many amazing black women that just have children. And maybe they were young. They believed the man was going to be there. We can't give her the scarlet letter for her whole life. Um, and that's what I think non-black men should step up. And I mean, you have every right not to be with a woman that has children if that's your choice. But there are men out there that would love the woman, and they'd be okay, with her children and raising them. Um, it's better to have a father that's not your biological father than not have one at all. I mean, if nothing else, the man in the house brings in more income, more resources, more stability. The children have a better chance. A single mom can't do it all. And I think, and I pray for this, that these women would, get with a good husband that would take care of their children too. And like you said, I don't encourage single motherhood, okay, or single fatherhood. I don't think that's right on either side. But we're people. People make mistakes. People, they get tempted. They have sexual relations, and they're irresponsible, and things happen. I get it. But you know, people still need to be loved, and they still, need to have that family setting. And maybe men that are single fathers get with single mothers. You have something in common. You can build together. Um, you know, but anyway, I just want to put that out there because I tell men, just because she has a child, don't get to know her. Don't kick her to the curb just on that, and you don't even know her. If you really love her, think about it. Uh, but but if you're a single man, you have no kids, you have every right to be with a woman that don't have kids, and vice versa. Okay, these black men, I've heard them say they won't get with a woman that has children. Well, that same woman has every right to kick you to the curb because you have children. Goes both ways, guys. It does. Um, but I don't want to get into a discussion about single parents and children. I'm just saying there's a lot of amazing black women that happen to be single mothers, good women that would be good wives. Okay, I just want to put that out there. Um, but anyway, I just tonight's show, I just wanted to make the point that look, don't believe the propaganda, the stereotypes. Okay, get to know people and find out the truth. Okay, and black women, white men, give each other a chance. Okay, you'll be amazed how much you love each other, how much you guys are have in common. Okay, I and being honest, I have more in common with black women than white women. And seriously, I I always have, and that's why I've always felt more comfortable with black women, even though I wasn't around a lot of them. I just did. It's like, and it's we're kind of raised similar. You know, the little boys are treated, you know, they're tougher on the boys growing up than the girls in the white community, and then the black community seems like they're tougher on the girls than the boys. So it's like we got something in common, and we're strategic, and that's what makes us the power couple. We put in the work, we put our heart and soul into things, and when we come together and you finally get someone that appreciates you and loves you. And I've heard black women say, you know what, that what black women have told me a lot, what they like about white men is the way they're able to open up emotionally and connect with them in a spiritual level, and that they really appreciate them, and they don't they don't give them any problems about their skin tone. I've heard a lot of black women say that, and that's troublesome. Why would you dig into somebody for their skin tone? That to me seems really dumb. But people are people, you know. But I just want to make the point: black women, open up your options. White men, get to know black women. And and people say, well, my path, not everybody's meant to live their life like you live yours, and that's true. But how do you know you're not meant to be with that person if you don't get to know them? How do you know you're not meant to be with a black woman if you haven't met a black woman? How do you know you don't love a black woman if you haven't experienced love with a black woman? I'm just saying. And vice versa. Ladies, same thing. That Brad might be, you might find out that he's awesome. You might find out that you love the way that he treats you and talks to you and does nice things for you. And my thing is give each other a chance. Hey, Corey, good to see you. All right, Corey's entered the building. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
Hello, Corey.
Okay. Faith Grace says white men are the daddy to Tyrone's biracial children. Yeah. A lot of ways we are. Yep. But, anyway. Guys, I'm going to have to wrap this up soon. But my whole point of the show is give each other a chance, okay? Black women, white men are winning. Okay? They're winning in life. They're winning in marriage. They're winning, in so many ways. And as a white man, you're better off statistically marrying a black woman. And I know people are going think I'm crazy, but you know what? They've done studies and they found out that not only do our marriages last longer, but we have more wealth. And I think we talked about this pro leadership about how white men work hard and how black women pour in love in the white men and are able to bring out the best in white men. And that's true. There's nothing like a black woman's love. And when she touches your heart, you want to give her everything. I'm serious. And I'm that way with my wife. I want her to be happy no matter what. And I've told you guys, when we bought our house, and we bought 3 houses, and our, since we've been married. Now we had to sell our ones because of my military duty. But you know what? I would look at the finances, see what we can afford, and I tell my wife, go find us a home. And the biggest excitement I got when we bought our home wasn't that we got a home. I was happy about that. Yeah, that's great. But what really made me happy is seeing my wife happy, seeing her excited about her new home, how she's going to decorate it, how she's going to set it up, the theme she's going to do. And I would just spend hours just looking at my wife, just happy that she's happy because I love her. She's everything to me. She's my treasure. And you know what? When I'm competing in the workforce, trying to move up, and she tells me she loves me and has faith in me, that energizes me so much to where it's like failure's not an option. Even if I don't believe I can do it, somehow I got to make this happen. That's what black women do. And it's not like I'm pressured to do it. It's just like with their love, I feel anything's possible. Does that make sense? I mean, and and I think black women that are married to white men appreciate white men for their hard work and appreciate the love we give black women. And it's like we make each other better. It's like we feed off each other. And it's like we try to do more for each other than ourselves That's my experience. Marry before you carry. Yeah, marry before you carry. That's right. Um, yeah. And here's the thing. I think, with my faith that sex should happen within marriage, right? And I know people are going to disagree with me on that, but I think there's a reason for that because if you're having children, you want the man to be, all in. You want him to be there with you to take care of you and help you through your pregnancy and raise the children and stuff with you. Um, marriage, you know, puts that obligation on a man. And a lot of men don't want to get married because they don't want to be legally bound, even though they have children. Yeah, they'll force you to pay child support, but really, that's not a lot of money. It's only a portion of your income. And most men, that child support ain't going to take care of that child. It's a drop in the bucket. Children are very expensive. Just providing the basic needs, food, clothing, and shelter. You know, and marriage holds you legally bound. You know, and but anyway, but no wedding, no womb. Yes, and you know what? If women were,
Absolutely.
yeah, and if women were able to do that across the board, we'd have more marriages. You know, we would have, men would have to compete. They'd have to provide, I think. Because, and here's the thing, ladies, if you're living with a man, having sex with that man, living as a couple, what do you get out of that? I know it feels good to have somebody next to you, but other than that, what do you get? Because you're actually being a wife to that man and he won't marry you. Something's wrong with that. And especially if you have kids. I look, I've seen people that have fiancés for 5, 10, 20 years, never get married, but have kids. So if a man's, and this is my opinion, I don't think a man should touch a woman he ain't willing to marry. If you don't love her enough to marry her, you should never touch her. Serious. But that's just my opinion. And, people can believe what they want, but, anyway. But this show is mainly about the power couple, how black women, white men are winning. And we need to promote this. We need to tell the truth. And white men or non-black men, if you love black women, you got to protect black women. You got to love them. You got to protect them. And I'm not talking just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. Protect their image. Tell the truth about black women. Okay? That's the easiest way to lift up black women. Tell the truth. Okay? And don't go look for a black woman doing the wrong thing and focus on her. Because the majority of black women are doing the right thing. The majority of black women are doing what's needed. Unfortunately, we're not focusing on that. Unfortunately, we're looking at the ones that are acting crazy. The ones that Tiffany Haddish plays. And I don't mean to go in on Tiffany Haddish. I have nothing against her. I'm just saying some of the roles she plays, she's a comedian, but I think that can be damaging to a black woman's image. Because people that don't know black women, they see that and believe it. And it's not true. But anyway, we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this. I appreciate everybody coming up. Pro white male leadership. I appreciate you coming on, young lady, and I'm excited about your show that's coming up. And what do you have a time you're going to do it yet, or?
It's probably gonna be after 6 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so East Coast.
Okay.
So I'm definitely gonna let you know. I'm not sure right now, but I'm gonna post it. Time to be determined, everyone.
Okay. All right, and I'll post it on mine too, so everybody knows you're going on
It's
live tomorrow.
controversial.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah, we talked about, but I mean, but I'll still post it and stuff. I know. Look, I know it's controversial, but I support you, and there's a reason for the controversy. You know, and I know you're doing what's best for Black women, and but I got your back, and I'll be there, and
Absolutely, Brent. And I got your back as well.
I appreciate that. I know you do, and I appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate the support, and you know, but yeah, I'll be looking. Just let me know, and I know it's hard sometimes to put a set time, but um, but I'll advertise it once you get it posted. I'll put to be determined, and then if you come up with the time, I'll just edit it and put the time.
Yeah, I should know about around noon my time. So yeah, I should know about noon my time. So
Okay, all right, that sounds good, and we'll go check it out over there, and
thank
but
you so much, everyone. Thank you, Brent. I'm gonna step down. Brent, thank you so much for this live. I appreciate you. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I'll see you all later tomorrow.
okay, sounds good, and I can't wait for your show. I know it's going to be a good one. You always do a good show. Yeah, yeah, we'll have fun, but
Absolutely.
yeah, but anyway, thank you so much, Pro White Male Leadership. Big love to you, young lady. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely, Brent. Have a good night.
You too, and everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming on, being a part of the show. Um, it's been a little while since I've been on. Um, my last show, I kind of felt disappointed. I didn't put all the heart and soul into the show I wanted to. And I was pressed for time. I wanted to do videos in Washington, D.C. instead of just showing you pictures. I wanted to really get in, but, I had to get my son to his duty station. And, I wanted to spend a little time with my son and stuff. And, but anyway, I'm going to be going on a trip soon. Okay. And I'm going to be on the beach and having fun. And I'm not going to tell when or where. I don't do that. So when you see the live show, when I do it, I'll be already back home. That's just safety for me and my family and stuff. But, I'll be doing the Captain Swirl on location. Um, you know, but, and I'm going to try to hit all 50 states. I'm going to create a series where I go to each state and show what's going on. That'll take me several years probably, but I would love to showcase each state. And my show won't change. I'll still have the same topics, but you'll see things, me in different places, me and Sandy going here and there. And I'd like to show you guys that. And just trying to liven up the show too. Adding little ideas and stuff. But anyway, I thank you guys for coming on. Be blessed. And remember, Black women, white men, give each other a chance. Okay. Black women, white men, you are the power couple. You're leading the way. Okay? Don't let go of that blessing. You know, love each other and, you know, and embrace the blessing you have. But anyway, guys, I love you. I'll see you. I'll be doing a prayer meeting tomorrow. And then I'll be on Pro White Male Leadership's channel. I know she's going to have an awesome show, and I'm excited about that. So go over and check out her channel. You know, she has good content. She's controversial. She lets it rip, okay? You know, and you know, but she has good content and she has a lot of good points. She does a lot of good research, okay? She don't just go on there and just talk. She really digs deep. So, you know, check out her channel. And guys, I'll see you soon. Have a good night and God bless.